YouTube channel, and I'm so excited to introduce this new series, the Vibrant Chats. So here's the deal. I really wanted to do a interview with various health and wellness professionals that are outside of my niche, but I didn't want to do a podcast either. So I thought it would be fun to have a new series that maybe I have it like every other month, where I will have a different health professional come on. We have a Zoom chat, I record it, and I showcase it to you guys. So our very first Vibrant Chat is with Judy Hahn. She is a functional medicine health professional. She's based out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and she's amazing. And I really hope you enjoy our conversation. If you do, please sure to comment down below, and while you're there, please subscribe to my channel, because I've got some exciting things coming up in the months ahead, and I want to make sure you don't miss out on them. So without further ado, I introduce you to Judy Hahn. Hey everyone, and welcome. We have a very special edition on my YouTube channel today. I want to introduce you to Judy Hahn. She is a functional medicine health professional outside of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Welcome, Judy.
Thank you, Leanne. It's lovely to be here. Gosh, we're far apart on the geographic scale.
I know, and even in weather, because I'm in rain and you're in, like, what did you say, 80-degree
Yeah,
weather?
today it's one of those beautiful fall days in the Midwest.
Oh,
yeah,
and
the
we're
colors
having
are starting to change.
Yep, and I'm having a typical Seattle fall day. So today, I'm really excited, and not only am I excited about what we're going to talk about, but I'm so excited because this is the first Vibrant Chat ever. And I really wanted to invite you to chat with me about functional medicine. You know, it's something that is coming up a lot. I think it's starting to gain a lot of momentum. It's starting to be either in social media or just in various out there. And I know definitely with my clientele, people are starting to ask and inquire about functional medicine. And I thought, why not have you come on and talk to us about what is functional medicine and why is it so important, especially, nowadays. So let's just start with, what is functional medicine?
Well, the easiest way to explain functional medicine is probably comparatively to Western medicine, because we're all used to the Western medicine model. And with Western medicine, you go to the doctor, and you're going because you feel lousy, right? There's something taking you. So you go to the doctor's office, you kind of tell them in the few minutes that you have, because we have very few minutes. And then the doctor says, fine, we'll run some blood tests and we'll look at them. Now, the doctor bases his diagnosis, because that's what doctors do. They look for disease so that they can help you resolve that disease. Right? They look at the numbers that come back, and there's something called a reference range. In other words, it's kind of a scale. Mm-hmm. If we look at this being the reference range, if you're below this or above it, you have some kind of disease. But if you're in this reference range, which says normal, you're fine.
Oh,
but you feel lousy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Doctor's like, yeah, there's like, you're fine. You could be right at the edge of that reference range and you're still fine. Now, functional medicine looks at it and says, every person is unique. Every body is different. And it is really focused on the interconnectedness of the parts of the body, the organs and the systems, which again, if we look at Western medicine is siloed. In other words, if you have a problem with your stomach, you go to a gastroenterologist. But he doesn't look at anything but that.
Right?
Same thing is true if you have a thyroid, you have a thyroid problem, you go to an endocrinologist, but he doesn't look at your stomach or your digestive system.
Right.
A functional medicine person says you can't have any part of the body that's not affected by another part of the body. Everything is one big system. Mm-hmm. And when we look at something, we need to look at the whole. And that's kind of the word holistic as well. But it's very scientific. It's very based on one system, the interconnectedness of all the pieces. Now, the one other piece is Western medicine is looking to help you more than likely mask the symptoms that you have of whatever's going on so that you don't feel bad. I mean, it's not that they don't want to help. It's just that in functional medicine, it's not what does the person have. I mean, you can come to me and tell me I have fibromyalgia or I have diabetes or I have, which is great. That gives me a lot of information. But for me, as a functional medicine health practitioner or a professional, I want to know why. I want to find out what the underlying cause is that's creating those symptoms, help you relieve the symptoms, and hopefully whatever that disease, condition, or almost something you have will go away because now we've gotten it from the roots.
Right. Whereas probably another way of saying it is Western medicine, we've heard the Band-Aid approach. Mm-hmm. Versus in functional medicine, we're not going to do a Band-Aid. We're going to get to the root cause and we're going to figure out really what's going on to actually heal the body.
Exactly. And that's the other piece. We believe that the natural state of the body is one of being able to heal itself.
Right.
And so we want to be able to give people whatever they need to be able to heal themselves. And there's one other really important thing that comes to mind, and that's the fact that traditional medicine has always dealt with infectious disease. And for the most part, we don't have a lot of infectious disease anymore. What we do have are chronic degenerative diseases. And the difference, the really important thing that I hope people will understand is no matter what your family has, my whole family has diabetes, so I'm going to have diabetes. Stop right there. Right. It is not true. Oh, I got goosebumps. It's funny. We are living in a time where it's lifestyle, food, stress, toxins that are really the problems behind those chronic degenerative diseases, whether it's an autoimmune disease, whether it's diabetes, whether it's just, how many people, okay, I'm 68. If right now I have a thing I'm dealing with, right? And I'm dealing with it as my own client. I filled out my paperwork. I really did all the stuff. And I know that a friend of mine, I just about screamed at him yesterday. He's a massage therapist and an acupuncturist. And he said to me, and I couldn't believe it, he said to me, Jude, you're getting old. I said, of all the people in the world, you say this to me?
I thought we were friends.
Well, not only that, I'm 68. Yeah, okay. I am further along than most people, right? Okay, I'll buy it. No problem. But the problem is that doctors and other healthcare providers that are trained in traditional medicine look at the things that I help people with and I can help them change their lives. Right. And they say, it's just that you're getting older. And those things do not have to be a function of age. If you are willing, and here's the big deal. Okay, this is a big deal, folks. If you are willing to make a commitment to practice a lifestyle that allows you to control what would normally be the aging process.
I agree wholeheartedly. That is something that I definitely preach to all ages. It's not just my 55 and older clients, to all of my clients, because we all have the ability to shift whatever disease, whatever illness may be a precursor way may be in our genetics, but it doesn't mean it's going to turn on and we're going to get it.
Exactly. There's a whole science of epigenetics, which teaches us that you can control, in other words, you can turn on and off the genetic activation that would create a disease. I remember in one of my classes, there was a study of identical twins, two women. And all it was face shots. It was amazing. And like one, you could see that they were of a certain, maybe they were my age, I'm not exactly sure, but you could see based on just the facial, the wrinkles, the spots, the kind of more soft looking features in one, that she had been a sun worshiper. She had smoked at one point in time. She had, so, and who more genetically perfect to look at that example, right? So it definitely shows that lifestyle, and that includes mindset, because when I work with people, it's stress management, it's toxins, it's food, not just what you eat, it's how you eat, it's sleep, not just get 7 hours of sleep, but how you can actually make sure that you get a good night's sleep.
Right.
You know, things that they should have, like I always laugh, they should have taught me how to balance a checkbook when I was in school, and they didn't bother to do that either, right?
Right.
These are things that we need to know for our longevity, because you can live a long time. You know, they've got a lot of meds, your blood pressure medication, your diabetes medication, your diuretic that you take, you know, but the bottom line is, do you want quality of life or do you want quantity?
Exactly. And I think even in our current climate, I don't know about you and your practice. I have a funny feeling I know the answer, but
okay.
What I've noted in my practice this year with my health and nutrition coaching clients, my yoga clients, and my personal training clients is this year has been a very challenging year for people, obviously, but I'm finding that the conversations I'm having with them is a lot about sleep, stress management, the nutrition, because a lot of people are now not eating out as much. So now it's like, oh, I mean, I got to like actually cook, and I actually plan a meal, and you know, and even fitness, you know, fitness has changed a lot this year. I've noted as the year has progressed, especially coming as we're into fall, people are not working out as hard. They're not pushing their bodies to the extremes or wanting to. It is more about, I want to move my body. I want to move my way that is mindful and that is supportive and that is managing stress. I'm being more mindful of what I'm doing. And I'm starting to see this shift. And I'm curious, at least in my practice, how long that's going to last, or if this is going to be a new norm, which would be pleasant for people to start understanding that they really do have to take care of themselves. And I'm curious, with this year and the current climate that we're experiencing, how has your practice shifted, or has it?
Well, I think one of the things that I found is that some of the clients have actually found it more challenging to eat properly. Because, first of all, you have access to the kitchen that's right through that door, right there, all day long. And that somehow the stress has given people permission to maybe buy a little bit more of that junk food. Maybe do a little bit, it's, well, we'll order pizza tonight. Or so I think that there's kind of people have gone up in weight. Okay, we're sitting around more possibly, but I think that there's something that I've talked about many times, and I haven't talked about it for a long time. It's called victim mentality. Mm-hmm. And one of the things, and the reason I speak so very fluently about it is because the old me, many, many, many years ago, was part of that. And it's about how we've been raised so that food has been a reward.
Right.
Right? And so when it comes to being healthy, now people are somewhat afraid because they don't want to be deprived.
Yep.
Okay. And the bottom line is, and it really depends on a person where they are on the health continuum, right? But my feeling is that no matter where you are, we need to start changing that, because if we knew now if we knew when I was a kid what we know now, I would not have gone through the sugar addiction that I had, and that, oh, I had such a day. And what's the custard that stands flavor today? Right? Because but it still goes through the head, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So what people need to understand is that it is not about being deprived of something. It is about being the best you can be, right? You just have to weigh that piece of cake. I mean, and it doesn't mean you can't do things forever, right? It just means that we've also been brought up in a time that they say, well, everything in moderation. But even that's not true, right?
Right.
So it's a matter of education, and so much of what I do is to educate people about what a life that can be healthy is.
Right.
How do you eat properly? How do you sleep properly? And what I'm finding, and I'm really thrilled, I had a client this year who sent me a note to thank me because she has 5 adopted children, all from abusive places. There are 2 families, actually. And it was always food. It was always sugar cereals. It was always treats. It was always ice cream for something. She said, you have not only changed my life, but you have gotten my family, because it's so important for me to share ideas with people who have families of what they can do so that it is a lifestyle.
Right.
It isn't mom's doing a diet of some sort. No, that's not what it is at all. Weight, even by itself, is a symptom telling you that the body's trying to protect itself because something's not right.
Right.
So let go of weight as a goal.
Right.
And have the goal to be healthy, and the weight comes off.
I tell clients, let's look at weight loss as a positive side effect of having a lifestyle, a healthy body.
Absolutely. And it is biochemically, exactly what happens. The body no longer needs to protect itself by putting fat around the organs. So you get healthy and your organs go, ah.
Right, right.
Right?
So let's say, we got some folks that are watching this video and they're resonating, right, with what you're saying, and they're starting to see themselves in how you're describing what functional medicine is. How would someone know, where am I a candidate for functional medicine? Am I a good client? So first of all, first question, how would they know if this is something that would work for them?
Well, there's many answers to that. First of all, if you're thinking about it at all, maybe you've been to the doctor and the doctor has told you you're fine and you still feel lousy.
Right.
Maybe you're on a whole bunch of medication and you know that that's really not what you want to do for the rest of your life. Now, non-medical as I am, I cannot alter somebody's medications.
Right.
But I work with their physicians because I will explain to their physicians how we're changing their lifestyle, their diet, their everything. If you have an autoimmune disease, if you have diabetes, anything that is considered to be a chronic illness is always a person who I think should at least have a conversation with someone who practices functional medicine. And so that's the reason I have what I call discovery sessions, right? Just to kind of get a feeling, and a good practitioner would talk to you to get a feeling of why do you want to talk to me? Why do you think this is a good fit? And where are you in the continuum of commitment to making changes? So if you say to yourself, this is great, but no, I'm not going to change anything, then yeah, it's a waste of everybody's time.
Right.
If you know you want to feel differently, if you want to move forward in life and age gracefully, because to me that's what this is all about personally.
Right.
Then having a discovery session for 20 minutes tells you kind of what's going on, and it gives you an opportunity too to ask a couple of questions to see.
Information is key, and I really encourage all of my clients to, it is in their best interest to get as much information as they can, and it's wonderful that you offer a discovery session so people can understand what that process is. So if people are interested and they want to learn more, I will also offer all of your contact information in the description box of
Okay, thank you.
the interview. But also, tell us, how do you work with clients? So since you are in Wisconsin, obviously you probably don't see a lot of people in person. Do you work virtually, I assume?
Yep, actually, my entire practice is a virtual practice.
Awesome.
And I did that for many reasons. One is, of course, to try to be able to help as many people as possible without having the geography being something that inhibited it. I think when I look at a person, I want to see kind of where they're at. And then we can do, the first thing I do with people after a discovery session is an initial health consultation. And that's a very extensive health history form filled out, an extensive symptom questionnaire. And then if they have current lab work, then I ask that that be uploaded, because lab work, although lab work is not the end all be all, you see, that's the other piece of functional. And that's, we have different reference ranges, but more importantly, it's about my sitting down and truly listening to the client, right? Because that's where the breakdown is in medicine today for traditional medicine. They don't have time, right? They also don't have time to stay current. So it's about finding out, where are you in your health process? What is it you want to accomplish? How fast do you want to work? Do you feel that you need to take baby steps? I mean, really get in there, meet the person where they're at.
Right.
Figure out the process. Now, that initial consultation is an hour and a half of my talking about what I've discovered from all the information.
Right.
And then I have programs, a 3-month, a 6-month, a 12-month, or people can put me on retainer. One of the things that, and you and I teased about it earlier, people call me the "it's not all in your head" health expert. And,
right.
And that is for that exact reason, you know. Go to the doctor says you're fine, you go home and you're like, I don't know what to do, I feel like.
Right.
So, so I thank you for sharing that, and I can give you actually the link to schedule a discovery session. And
definitely put all of your contact information in the description box and make sure that everyone knows how they can get more information about you and your practice, and then definitely how they can reach out to you directly if they would like to schedule that discovery session with you.
Sure, that's great. And I also have some, you know, just information and resources on the website. So, you know, it's like you say, it's an education process, because people who don't know what this is about look like deer in headlights when you say a functional medicine health practitioner, which is why I don't use that.
Right, right.
So I appreciate your sharing this information.
Oh,
I think
that's
it's
awesome.
really important for people.
Well, I thank you for taking time today, Judy, to educate us all on what functional medicine is and how it is so important in the times that we are in right now. So thank you so much for your time today, Judy.
You're welcome.
All right,
Thanks,
we'll talk to you
Leanne.
soon.
Okay, looking forward to it. Bye.
Bye.